Some of you requested for me to do a video about the player character update, so now I'm doing it. I'm gonna talk a little bit about what we know so far, what's been hinted, and what my hopes and expectations are. Let's go. So, first things first, the graphics. I think it's safe to say that they will update the character to fit this Generation 3 type of style. This will be the same kind of style as with many newly updated or added characters or NPCs, such as the Soul Riders, Idris, Loretta, Josh, and many others. But it wouldn't really be that fair to compare our character to them, because they have very personalized looks to fit their story. A lot of their features, such as their hair and their clothing, are not available to us, so it doesn't really apply to our character. So how do we know what to expect? Well, it was long rumored that the new townies walking around are doubles of our new player character. Although this has never been confirmed, I would say that they offer a sneak peek, because these townies look strikingly similar to us. Not only is their body shape very similar to our current character, but they also tend to have clothes and hairstyles that are available to us. So I would definitely say that this is what we can expect as a base for our future player character. But of course, these townies are not a perfect representation of our future characters. Although the team hasn't given us a lot of details, one thing they keep on stressing is that the future characters will have a lot of diversity in customization. It sounds like that applies in two areas specifically: body types and skin tones. The townies only have one body shape so far, so I would guess that they're still working on that. I think what we can expect from this is not just different body sizes, but different body shapes as well. You know, that we can choose to have bigger hips or smaller breasts or broader shoulders, bigger thighs, and that kind of stuff. Because they've said multiple times that they want their players to feel represented by their character. Unless you're a boy. Well, actually, you know, it's not impossible for the character to become gender neutral. I mean, we already have they, them pronouns, and with all this new customization, we might be able to give our character more feminine or masculine traits. So that's certainly something to hope for, but they haven't said anything about that. The only thing they've said is that they're not willing to give us male characters. But anyway, let's move on to the features that will come with this update. The first thing that I would say is for sure that we will get is facial animations. All other Generation 3 characters have facial animations, so it would be pretty weird if we didn't. That would include a moving mouth when we speak, facial expressions when we react to things or use emotes and stuff, and of course, blinking. Blinking was even hinted in this video from earlier this year. And speaking of which, in the same video they also hinted some other features that our character might get in the future, such as an eating animation and faster running. They also mentioned meditation a lot, which I find very confusing, because I'm not sure what that can be used for. Maybe it's just a new emote that they want to add, or maybe it's actually gonna serve a function? I don't know. Anyway, in addition to this, they've also snuck in some hints in social media, such as here where they mention jumping as well. That's one I'm very happy about, because I find it outrageous that our character can't jump. That is one of the most basic features in any game, and our character doesn't have it. So in my opinion, it's about time they add it in. That will be all of the hints I've caught onto at least regarding our future player character update. So that kind of paints a picture of my expectations about this update. You know, an up-to-date, well-animated character with all the basic features that can be customized to look like myself. But I also have some personal hopes and wishes about this update that I think would give it more depth. I've already mentioned the ability to make the character more masculine or feminine, because that's really something I think a lot of players would benefit from. I mean, I'm gonna say it, I don't like how some groups are excluded from this oh so inclusive game, and especially when they say that the player is supposed to feel represented by their character. I think it's a little bit hard to create yourself when the character's gender doesn't fit yours. I don't really want to go on a rant about this, I've already talked too much about it. But I'm gonna leave you with this screenshot of the gender pronouns on my SSO related Discord server. And this proves that the community has more gender diversity than a lot of people realize. Anyway, another thing that I hope for is sliders instead of presets in the character creation. I don't even know if this is possible to pull off with the tools that they have, but if we had sliders, it would be much easier to recreate yourself more accurately. I do think I'm asking for too much here, and I don't really expect for us to get sliders. But it would be amazing regardless to have that amount of customization. And then for the $1 million question, when will they release the character update? I've previously estimated that they're gonna release it in late November this year. That's because they listed it as something we could expect this year, and besides, based on the information we had at the time, I found it pretty likely for it to be released in late November. A lot of people have since speculated that it has been delayed or that it was never promised this year to begin with. After all, they promised they'd look into them. They never promised they'd finish them. We're now halfway through October and we still don't have a word on the character update, so I'm personally starting to fear that the rumors are true, that it has been delayed or that they never meant to release it this year to begin with. But the problem then is that we have no idea how far they are along, so there's no way for us to predict when it's gonna be released. But I'm gonna say this, if they never planned on releasing it in 2021, then I think they're gonna take their time on it. So I'm gonna expect them to release it in late 2022. Kinda like what they did with the Dark Riders. Seriously, we've been waiting 2 years for that. Where are they? Anyway, I think I've covered everything there is about the character update. So leave some comments. You know, that could be your hopes and expectations on this, whether you agree or disagree with me, or any other thoughts you may have. Leave them down below. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, if you did, I'll see you around. Bye!